Good evening, YouTube. Welcome back to Workshop Taz. Today we're going to be messing with this Harbor Freight brad nailer again. I had made a video of it here a couple of days ago, but the video turned out pretty long, and I'm not real good at the editing portion of it yet, so we're going to try to make a shorter, condensed version of this. Excuse me, this is the Central Pneumatic 18 gauge brad nailer. I know there's a whole slew of them online, videos and stuff, so I don't know really why I'm doing this. I did save you guys the pain and agony of pulling it out of the box and doing the whole unboxing thing. So I found with it that about 70 psi seems to work pretty good. We're going to crank it up a little bit to 75 psi. I've already got the compressor set. I've already got the tool oiled, and I'll go ahead and show you a couple things here first. And these are the nails I've already shot, just practicing. And also I have one here that had stuck up a little bit, and that was my fault. I don't think I had the gun all the way up against the wood. I think when I pushed it down and pulled the trigger, I think I kind of came back a little bit, so the nail did not fire all the way into the wood. I don't believe that's the gun's fault. There's been some incidences that are my fault, and now when I'm so close to the camera, I need to show you guys something. So we're gonna change some. Excuse me for running out of here. I want to show you guys some stuff here. One of the things that I've noticed with this gun, and I don't know if you want to necessarily call it a defect or if it is the get this camera back down where it was. If it's a defect or if it's just the way that these run. I did have one jam, and that's when I had it at 60 psi, and it actually took this little nail and bent it almost professionally into a, whatever the heck you want to call that, almost like a wishbone type thing, but it did kind of bend that. That, like I said, once again, that was my fault. I'm not blaming the nailer. Now this I'm not so sure about. If I had something like this in there, and then for whatever reason this one was pushed up over and it overlapped and it jammed the gun. So I don't know if that's common for these or not. I've got another set of nails in there. I'm going to practice this some more and see if this is something that's going to happen if you put them together like that. I don't know. That might have been something I did. It might have been the gun. I don't know. I do have a fresh load of nails in there, so they're not split like that. What else? I think that's about. Oh, that's something else. Part of the other video was I changed out this nipple here. I used the shorter, fatter ones. They seem to have less air leaks with those. And the stock one of these on here, which was a skinnier, longer one, they had it Loctite in here. And I don't know what the Chinese use, but it's equivalent to red Loctite here in the United States. That sucker was really on there, so change that out. I've already oiled the gun. We'll zap a few more nails and see what happens. Like I said, I've got the PSI up a little bit, so grab your earmuffs because when the compressor kicks on, it's going to be loud. Don't forget your PPE, earmuffs, all that good stuff. So let's see what we got. Point the gun away from you. Okay, she should be ready. Let's, are we in the camera here? Let's zoom in a little bit. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Let's see what happens. With 75 psi, I'm definitely knowing a little more, noticing a little more to it. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. As I spray the oil all over the car here, that's awesome. So let me spray. Let me spray it that way. Just gave it a bath and I'm douching it with oil. Nice. So let's see what we got here. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, there we go. It was just me. Now I'm spraying myself with oil. If I do it that way, I'll spray the camera. So I don't want to do this left-handed. So let's, oh well. Let's, I got a better idea. Let's point it kind of off that way. And by the way, I don't know if you guys notice this exhaust is adjustable. You can spin it just about anywhere you want, because you are going to blow oil out of it once you, so let's try it that way. Hopefully it won't get all over the camera. Okay. Now that's weird. What's going on here? I guess it's just me. I'm just going to keep blasting nails here for a while just to see. Just to see what happens. There's a lot of guys talk about these guns, but I want to see the puppy in action and see what it's doing. Yeah. Here. It's just blowing oil out all over the place. Not only is it coming out of here, but it's also blowing it out of the side there. So let me set this down and wipe it up a little bit. It's kind of messy, but then I over-oiled it too, so I'm okay with that. Over-oiling these tools. Okay, so where are we at here? Did I have a jam? Am I running out of nails here? Seems like I'm... Seems like... Oh, I am getting low on nails. Okay, hang on, let me unplug that. And then you can see the indicator is telling me I'm getting low on nails. So let's see what we got going on here. And I have about that many nails left, which isn't very much. There doesn't appear to be a jam, but it seems like I was kind of missing some nails. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess they are in there. It was just me. So yeah, it was still firing. So it's letting you know how many nails you have left. Let's see if I can get that in there. Which I don't know how accurate that is to the way it's loaded. And before, seems like it was firing blanks there, but maybe not. Maybe it's just me. Anyway, you can see I've pretty much littered this whole board, well not all of it, but a good chunk of this board with these nails. And so far it fires pretty, you know what? Let me take these guys off. I might be yelling. Sorry about that. Seems to fire pretty good. Like I said, I've got a mistake here. I think that was my mistake. I believe 75 feels like it's a little bit too much for this. If you can see, it sinks them pretty deep. And I don't know on a brad nailer how deep you want these puppies. If you're gonna, you know, if it's gonna be finish type work or whatever, you might want to leave it at 70, maybe 70, 72. 70 seems to work. 72 might be a little bit better. I don't know. I'm more consistent. I see with 75 it's more consistent, but it also sinks the nails quite a bit, which may or may not be a big deal for you. I don't know. So anyway, that's it. I just not really doing an overview. It's just a guy with a new toy. You know what? I'm already done the wood. I've already done that. So let me get the camera up here a little bit because I'm like really tired of scrunching down to and I still have to scrunch down, but that's okay. Where the heck was I going with this? This isn't really a tool review. This is just a guy with a new toy. I'm kind of the last kid on the block to get a nail gun. A lot of that is I'm still trying to get it out of my head that it's okay for regular people to have nail guns. You know, it just, to me, it's like a contractor tool. So I'm trying to break that thought process and say it's okay for you and I to have nail guns. You don't have to be a professional. You can, do whatever you got to do with it. Just be careful. Don't point it at yourself. Don't point it at the wife. Don't point it at the kids, the cat, or the dog. Don't point it at yourself. I think I already said that. Don't shoot it at your limbs or anything like that. Always wear your PPE and ear protection if you need it. And also, I'm not being sponsored by Harbor Freight or Hitachi or anything you see in here. I'm not being sponsored by anything but me, myself, and I. Really, that's all I got. I just want to stuff out a quick video. I used it last week, and I wanted to mess with it some more. It seems to be a pretty decent tool. If you can keep track of your nails, because once they start getting short like that, it may not want to fire right. And I'm going to pull these out and see if I have a jam. I don't think I do, and it might not have been a defect. I think it was just sinking the nails pretty deep in there. Let me see something here real quick. Nope, no jams. Nope, looking pretty good too. So anyway, yeah, I think it's a good. This should be a good brad nailer. I don't have anything to compare it to. I don't have any. What am I thinking of? DeWalt or anything like that. This is the first nailer I've got. It seems to work pretty good. I also bought its big ugly brother, the I want to say rafty, not finish nailer. Doggone it. What is it? It's a framing nailer. But I have to wait. I got to get a new shorter end on it, because that's just the nipples that I use for all my tools. And then I've got to get nails for. I got the 28 degree framing nailer, and I'm noticing that with 28 degree framing nails, I don't think they're as popular as the 21. I know Harbor Freight carries a whole slew of them, but I don't want Harbor Freight to be my only source of getting framing nails in 28 degrees. So if you guys have a chance, please comment down below if you have a 28 degree framing nail gun and have ever used it, and how hard it is to get nails. I know I can get them online. I think I can get them on Amazon. I think Boss Stitch has the 28 degree paper collated clipped head nails. From what I can see, and I haven't been to Home Depot or Lowe's yet, but from online it doesn't look like they carry it. So I'm debating. I haven't used the gun yet. I'm debating taking it back and get the 21 degree, because 28 would be nice. It would be out of the way, but I don't want to have an issue of getting nails. And I'm not going to use it a lot. I've got a fence project this summer. I might enclose my patio, all that good stuff. So I don't know exactly how much I'll use it after that. I don't know. I guess what I could do is go to Harbor Freight and buy a whole slew of nails and have like 4,000 nails. That'll probably last me a lifetime. But then again, I also would like something that's readily available. I have two big box stores not very far from me. I have a Harbor Freight not very far from me, and for some strange reason, if Harbor Freight doesn't have those 28 degree clipped head nails, they happen to be out. It's a little bit of a drive to go to another store to get one if they don't have it. Of course, you can call ahead and all that good stuff. But so anyway, like I said, if you have a 28 degree nailer, doesn't matter whether it's a Hitachi or Harbor Freight or whatever other brand. Let me know how your availability of nails are, whether you ordered them online or big box store happens to have them. I haven't looked yet, and I'm going to this weekend. But yeah, I might trade it. Like I said, I haven't used it yet, so I might just take it back and swap it for the 21 degree full head nailer, and I think I'll have a lot better luck getting nails with that. But we'll see. I don't know. And then plus, there's also some. I'm glad I mentioned that. There's some building codes, from what I'm understanding, in certain parts of the U.S. that will not allow, inspectors will not buy off projects or whatever, decks, buildings, houses, stuff like that, that use clipped head nails, because I guess they don't grip as well. Makes sense, clipped head nail, full head nail, it makes sense. So that's something you have to keep, that I also have to keep in mind, and I'm trying to find some local codes around here so I can find out if that's an acceptable process. I don't want to wind up building a whole enclosed patio and then have somebody come by and say, yeah, that's not going to happen. So, and you guys don't want to get stuck in that situation either. So once again, down below, please comment, rate, and subscribe, and let me know on these nailers. I'm real new at this whole nailer thing. I do welding and mechanics and electronics. This whole nailer business is all brand new to me, and I'm trying to learn as much as I can about it. But I'm having fun punching a bunch of nails in some wood. You can't beat that. All right, you guys have a great night. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and we'll get back with you here in a couple days with the big brother of this little guy, and we'll get some thicker wood and punch some bigger nails and see what the heck happens. Anyway, you guys have a good night. Thanks a lot. Bye.